Hey traders, welcome back to the FX YouTube channel. How is everyone today? I was feeling quite good until I just recorded an entire video with my microphone on mute. So this is take two. But anyways, I am feeling quite good because I did have a nice short earlier today. And as it's quite quiet right now, we're just waiting for price to develop before Frankfurt. I thought I'd do a really quick video to give an update for London. For fundamentals, go watch my daily video that I created today, as well as Dixie. And let's go directly to EU. So first, just want to give a quick update on that trade I took. So after my daily video, I started to look a little deeper into the charts and notice on the 5-minute there's a buy to sell wick right here. I marked that out and saw price came exactly or just above 50% of this supply zone. And I'm going to go directly to the 5 seconds and explain my entry. So for my entry, so as I saw this, I was thinking, okay, there's a potential that this could hold. Price was pushing up as I did the daily video, and what I saw right before Japan opened is I marked off 5-minute supply, and I also marked off a refined 1-minute supply. Price came and tapped right around 50% of the refined zone, and then if you look really closely, you can see a 5-second chalk right here, and it was still above my entry that I already had pre-configured in my trade assistant. And the moment I saw that, I just hit the sell stop button and price went right through. The only problem was because it came down so aggressively, I had a lot of slippage. I believe my slippage was nearly 1 pip. But fortunately it didn't matter because after a little consolidation, price continued to the downside. But you may be asking yourself, I mean, looking at what I was targeting, what my expectation was, why is my stop so wide? Why is it so conservative? So it's for a couple reasons. So first, this week, I changed my trading rules. I started entering trades with higher risk and taking my first take profit more frequently to ensure that I get 1% on almost every trade I take. So if it gets stops out break even, at least I got 1% off the trade. And I don't want to have aggressive entries because my risk is so high that if I get stopped out by like say for example my stop loss was right here and then we had another push up taking me out, I mean I don't want to take a 1% loss over something stupid like that. Yeah, I would gain 3 or 4 times more profit, but at the same time I'll take 10 times less losses if I'm more conservative with my stop losses. And to be honest, I do have issues sometimes entering a little too early, and it gets me into trouble from time to time. And I would prefer to have a wider stop loss to ensure I take a lot less losses in the process. And on top of that, there's another reason why I wanted to have a wider stop loss, and that's because I entered before Japan opens. So Japan opens here, and I still have it marked in my chart. Good. I was worried that price could come back up, liquidate the equal highs, and then after that push down. And if I entered with a stop loss just covering this refined zone, I would have been taken out. But as I was covering the top, even if it came back up, liquidated those equal highs, then I would have been perfectly fine. So anyways, that was the idea behind that trade. And one of the things that I was watching, I'm going to go back to 5-minute, and I also want to watch the price action because I think we're getting a pullback into potential entries. Yeah, we are. So Normally this video should have been done before Frankfurt Open, but as I had to do a second take, I wasn't able to. Sorry, alarms are going off. Frankfurt Open. So price didn't come to the area that I was hoping for. We did break the 15-minute supply. Hopefully we get one more pullback into demand. I'll look for a 5-second chalk, and if we get one, I'll enter. So let's just watch closely, see what happens. Yeah, we've already had a 5-second chalk, but the problem is we haven't come into a relevant zone yet. Or did we? Ah, we did. There was a 5-second zone right here. Damn, I missed that. Hopefully we get one more pullback, and then we can get an entry. We just had some news. What was this? GDP retail sales. One was bad, one was good. One more good, one more good. So that should make the dollar a little weaker. Now the only thing we need is to see that's actually equal highs. As such, we may get lucky and get one more pullback, so that we can enter. Did we break? $129. $936. $936. And what was this one? Find it. 936, so 3 equal highs. It's not exactly giving me a lot of confidence, but if it does come back down into this demand, either of them, gives me a 5-second chalk, then I'll enter. Apologies, this was supposed to be a quick video prior to Frankfurt Open, but unfortunately we have a trade setup in the works. I don't even know where I left off on the trade. I do remember. I mentioned in my daily video that there was a flip zone that I was monitoring, and then there was a lower demand I was monitoring. So both of those got broken, so I was just watching the interaction between supply and demand. We didn't have something as clean as this. This isn't really that clean because we haven't actually broken. We just created equal highs. But we never had anything like that off the reaction of those demand zones. And there was, just going to go to 5-minute really quick, while we're waiting and hoping this trade setup plays out. let me put this in my TA first. Okay, so anyways, again, on the 5 minute, I noticed there was an unmitigated demand zone. And then I also went on the 1 minute, and on the 1 minute, there was two refined zones. So one here and one here. And then if you look at what price did, it tapped exactly into the 50% of the refine, as well as the 5 minute. There is one refine below. I mean, as it hasn't done a clear break, potentially it could come down to that demand as well. But if this demand holds, we get a 5-second chalk, I will enter anyways. So it's quite obvious, as you can hear, my trade idea moving forward. I'm still bullish on EU and expecting a significant push to the upside during London and potentially continuing through New York. We're currently reacting off these demand zones, as well as that 1 minute refined. If price, I mean, I would have liked to seen a clean break, to be completely honest. I would really like to see a clean break before I take an entry. But if we have something clean, pushing down to the demand, I may enter anyways. And there is a possibility, I mean, just to mention, that price could still go lower. Like I said, we only have equal highs now. Potentially we could break lower. We can go deeper into demand, hit this refine, or let me go back to the 5 minute. Potentially we can break this low as well, continue deeper into the extreme wicks, but not really so confident in that. I mean, I feel like this has a lot of potential to hold, mainly because you see we have the demand chain that's formed and has been holding all the way up to now, and we reacted off the demand chain. So I mean, I could see this holding, but I don't know, it's already a few minutes into Frankfurt. We haven't had any impulses to the upside. Potentially it could come down lower, and there is always a chance that London may come down even lower. So best case scenario right now is, I mean, we get an entry, it pushes up a little, we're able to set break even if we get a bigger pullback during London. At least we got a break even. We didn't lose anything. And then we can reevaluate where price is going during London if it comes down lower, and then enter off of that. So actually I drew these because I was talking about the entry models that I was looking at, and actually right now we can forget about this one. That one doesn't matter anymore. So what have we done? We've come back down, created a flip zone here. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna enter until I see a clean break. Doesn't make sense to. So we have our flip zones here. We have this one. Hasn't really been mitigated on the 5 second, but I'm sure on the 1 minute it has. If we break the high, then there's going to be a good chance that we get a pullback into this flip zone or potentially this extreme, and then I can look for entries from there. So price coming down after reacting off supply, hasn't broken yet, still hasn't broken. So if we get a clean break above it, then look for pullbacks into demand here, or potentially this refined extreme. And then once price reaches into that demand zone, then look for some kind of 5-second shock, and then enter right there, take the price to the upside. And in terms of targets, I'm not going to watch so closely because it's just playing around. So this supply zone broke all the demand. This one's relevant. So potentially my first TP could be here, depending on how price pushes up. If it pushes up really aggressively, then I'll probably remove it and take my first TP here. But if it plays around in this area, then definitely I'll just take profits and not worry about the trade anymore after that. If it goes back and takes me out break even, then I don't care. But if it continues up, I'll be happy, obviously. But it doesn't have to for me to be happy for that trade. We have a 15-minute demand. Sorry, not demand, supply. Maybe the bottom of the wick just to be safe. Where I will set my next TP. Oh, one thing to mention, I didn't take a 1% TP on the way down. Price came down quite aggressively, so I removed that one, and my first TP was here. And as the price was playing around, so the first TP was a 50%. It started to push down. It had that aggressive push up. I wasn't sure if it was gonna pull back into demand and then break the high and never come back and test demand. So when it did come back down, I started taking small bits. I think it's 20% each time it came down at the various levels. And this last one was my last 50%. And as of right now, I have barely anything left on the trade. But it may be a good idea either to close it right now or wait until London Open. But yeah, first target will be here unless we have an aggressive move up, and then I'll remove it, and then take my first TP here. If I do leave it, take the first TP there, then this will be my second TP. And ultimately, I would like to see the next TP, which would be up here at this supply, to get taken, or potentially I may move it to the top of the wick, because my expectation is we're going to break this high and potentially continue higher. Ultimately, I would like to see price come up to the next supply zone, but not so sure it's going to happen today, and not so sure I want to leave trades open for the weekend. But if it's only like 10% of the trade by then why not? I'll just leave it open. I don't really care. Even if we get, stupid wicks on Monday morning and I get like a huge loss, with 10% left on the trade, it's going to be nothing. So anyways, that was my not so quick update prior to London Open, and it's not even before Frankfurt Open anymore. But I hope you guys found some usefulness in this analysis, and I'd like to hear your thoughts about what you think price action is going to show us today. Let me know by leaving a comment below. And if you found value in this video, please be sure to click the like button and subscribe to ensure you don't miss any future videos. And good luck trading today. Peace.